Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Capricorn in mid-April? Lots of interesting energies around all the different zodiac signs, so I can't wait to see what we got for you. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cappy, please, in mid-April. What's happening with my friends? We're moving pretty close to Taurus season at this point, so there should be some things aspecting all your Capricorn placements. Okay, we have our good friend, the Little Mermaid here. I love whenever she shows up. It's a bit of a daydreamy type of energy, too. There's a lot of interesting little tidbits that we could attach to this card, so it does have similarities to the movie as well. Very much future-focused here. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. And she hasn't been showing up often lately for some reason, for any sign. So whenever I see the Little Mermaid, we can think about the archetypes of the movie. I'm sure you've seen it about 100 times. To me, this could be someone who is feeling okay, feeling content, but there's something they would rather do or someplace they'd rather be. That's one aspect of this card. Notice all the beautiful imagery here. There's a lot of really good possibility, but our friend Ariel here, she has her head in the clouds. So in this time, you might be a little more daydreamy than normal. You might have something very particular on your mind. It just feels very imaginative whenever I see this card. As far as energy goes, this isn't really too rough. And as I already mentioned, like aside from all the other energies we have here, there's very much a future focus here. So you know how some people, they wallow in the past a little bit. Some people try to stay as present as possible. This one's like thinking down the line. So you might catch yourself doing that. We're just going to put her to the side though. She could chill over there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So we're going to shuffle it up here one time. What do we got for Cappy, please? Guides and Spirit Team. And as we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was pretty positive. I like the energy I was picking up. And I can say this, regardless of what kind of time you're in right now, I felt a lot of positivity in like recent weeks moving towards Capricorn. Last week's reading was titled A Surprising Win, and know that that energy could still bleed over for a couple more weeks, and that's a really good thing. So a lot of you, things could be going your way out of nowhere. Good things could be popping up. It's really nice. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. You know how tarot goes. Let's get you 3 cards. What we got for Capricorn here? Thank you. Okay, that's different. That is different here. We have a very aggressive card starting us off here with the 5 of Swords. Kind of like the polar opposite of what I was just describing, how the energy's been moving towards you. So, I mean, let's keep going. And I don't want to speculate too much yet. Sometimes that card could be very good, depending. Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. You know, you might be standing very firm in a stance or firm in regards to something. Let's get one more. Let's get one more here. Thank you. Sword of Truth. Okay, so there is something that we are going to want to keep a watch of as we go through this reading, Capricorn. Obviously, I'm not seeing anything that's ringing the warning signs here, just some things to watch out for. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, but at first look, first glance, when I look down here at this spread, obviously the first thing I always love to look at is how the elements play with each other. Notice we have a nice abundance of air energy. Now air could be about the mind, similar to this Ariel here. Remember I said a lot of active mental capacities going on, or activity in the mind. in its positive sense, it could be communication or just somebody seeing something clearly, but it can also be cold sometimes as well. Then we have this very grounded, independent energy here in the center. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're either standing firm in a decision or very firm in an energy. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, I would say, this would be the card that we might have to watch out for this week. Now, every single card has positives and challenges. What are some positives of the Five of Swords? Extremely determined. Someone who's like, I'm not going to quit, I can't stop, won't stop. Extreme determination here with this card, and it's very nice. You might feel like you're battling for something. Like if someone's testing you, you might feel like you're battling for your place or battling for something with this card, because it could also represent conflict. Okay, so that's something to watch out for. There might be someone who's a little salty here. They might be in their feelers. When this Five of Swords is here, it's just very aggressive. Now, in the worst case scenario, this Five of Swords could represent somebody who is extremely selfish. In its worst case scenario, this could be a very narcissistic individual as well. And once again, it could be people butting heads. Now, hopefully this is the positive version of it, and we'll see when we clarify it, because that may be a warning depending. Moving to the center, you might not have time for energies like that, Capricorn. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful, grounded, abundant type of energy. So when we are talking about things like the material world, material abundance, work, home, any of that stuff that's like really solid and grounded, this is beautiful. This is a card of blessings. This is a card of someone having everything they want. This is a very independent energy. Like, no, I'll do it myself. Or, you know what, I got this. Don't worry about me. It's kind of like that type of energy. So when I see like the Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, no, I'll be over here. Like, I'm good. I don't need any sort of help. So some of you might be in that mode in this time, just extremely independent mind state. The rough side of this Nine of Pentacles is, once again, it could be stubborn. It is very firm. This is an energy that's difficult to move through. So if these aren't energies that you're experiencing, I mean, this could be an issue or a problem that you've been dealing with for a long time. Now, I don't want to read a negative into a positive card. It's just that what we have surrounding it, it could be an issue or a problem that you've been dealing with for quite some time. So we're just going to put this here. Another thing I want to mention for a very small portion of you, and I'm already getting a little intuitive messages here with the Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. This is somebody that it's going to be very difficult for them to change. However, that makes sense for you. Like a tiger can't change its stripes, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks. For some reason, those things are popping up in my head. So take that however it's hitting for your situation. There might be someone very much set in their ways. Onto the back end, we have the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. This is another thing that I really want to keep a very close eye on as we move along. Now, all aces are beautiful. All aces are opportunities. They represent new things coming down the pipeline, new ventures, offers. Once again, the opportunities. It's just a beautiful type of energy. But this one's a little different than the other aces. The Sword of Truth is just extremely sharp. You might be looking at something very truthfully. This is no games, no nonsense, no BS type of energy too. So you might be very strict in your ways when this card is here. Like, yeah, no, I won't accept that, but I'll accept that. It's just very strict when I see it. And some of you could be cutting certain things out of your life in this time when this Ace of Swords is in the mix. As with all aces, it could just be a talk of some kind or a communication as well. So as you see, there's a lot of moving parts here, Capricorn. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Cappies, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Let's get it going. Yeah, just a very serious type of energy, if I were to put it one way, like with all this stuff going on. We're going to see if it's anything relating to communication, but let's see the Five of Swords. World in reverse. All right, this could be someone who's like, you know what, I will never make the same mistake again. You might have your guard up in this time too. Like that's another thing I'm just picking up intuitively with the world in reverse. Now, one thing I will mention, Capricorn, is I've been seeing this a lot throughout the whole zodiac, especially in recent times with what's going on astrologically. There's a lot of things returning, whether it's people, whether it's situations, whether it's problems. There's like an energy that keeps trying to return in almost every single zodiac sign. I don't really feel a lot of you being up for this energy. And even if you're a cross watcher, you might just be like, no, I'm on guard. I'm not letting anything return. It's like giving me that type of vibe. But aside from this type of message, the world in reverse, yeah, it could be repeating cycles and stuff like that. This just feels like a very on guard type of energy. So if you are dealing with somebody, this feels a little harsh here in the front end here with the world in reverse. You might be looking at the world itself with a pessimistic view. It's like, all right, well, how the hell could we treat each other like this? Or whatever you want to put. It's just looking at the world itself or the experience of this world in like a pretty aggressive mindset. So we're just going to leave that there. I would be aware of certain things popping up, especially if it's something that has given you big issue or problems in the past, because this could definitely be some sort of problem reemerging. Let's keep moving. We're going to see what's up with that Nine of Pentacles. Whether that be a person or a situation. It's like, all right, oh, I've seen this before. And once again, a lot of you could just be in that mode of mindset, like, listen, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Like, these energies are just showing up strong. So let's see why the Nine of Pentacles is here. I would watch out for repeating mistakes as well. Let's see how the rest of this plays out. Yeah. All right, so there could be something that you are tempted to stop giving your energy to it. Okay, or you're no longer. That's a possibility. For some of you, watch out for issues with a fire sign in particular when we have this Knight of Wands in reverse underneath the Nine of Pentacles. Now, generally, this is a big card of action, movement, passion, desire. There could also be this little bit of anger lingering in your spread this week, like here on the front end. Now here, this could be aggressive too. This card can be very spontaneous when it's in the upright. And once again, it's very much action-oriented. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Nine of Pentacles, it's like, no, I'm good how it is right now, or I'm fine how things are right now, which is odd because Capricorn is a cardinal sign. They're initiators. So right now, there could be something where it's like, listen, I'm not going to act on this, or I'm not going to put a lot of action towards this. I'm done putting energy towards this, or at least for the time being, that's what I'm seeing here. It's like, I'm good. That's just the big energy I'm picking up here. Really big energy around someone feeling very aggressive, angry, or mad too. So keep that in mind. I know all those other messages, you just take whatever applies to you, but there could be someone who's like upset, angry, or mad here. Let's keep moving forward. I mean, you might not care. Really depends. Let's see why that Ace of Swords is here though. Because this is where the communication comes in, and this is where something could possibly shift and change. So let's see what's up. And I do feel for a lot of you, this doesn't have to be your energy that we're picking up on here. So why is that Ace of Swords in the mix? Thank you. Lovers in the upright, Gemini energy. Okay. Someone really trying to change how they look at something. So you remember I said here in the beginning, it's like looking at something in a pessimistic way. This is like someone trying to look at the silver lining. Now this could be life in general. It could be something totally different. There could be someone that really wants to talk to you or have a very serious heart-to-heart conversation. And this doesn't just feel like any old person or any person like off the street. Like when we have the Lovers card, it doesn't always have to be romance. This could be like a friend, a family member, someone that you've really formed a very strong bond with, okay? And yeah, of course we can link it to romance. They are the Lovers, but I just think of someone who is bonded to you in one way or another. This energy here on the back end could be Spirit saying like, listen, Capricorn, know that this person is still bonded to your energy in some way. But I do feel like there is someone that wants to have some sort of serious talk with you, whether it is problem resolution. I don't know if you're up for it though. I don't know if you would be up for it. I don't know if you'd want to entertain it. That would be up to your own free will. But the one thing I'm seeing back here with this Ace of Swords Lovers, it's like, okay, well, let's talk this out. It's like giving me that vibe, even a little apologetic, which is odd. Another portion of you could just be seeing something for what it is. Seeing a person, seeing a relationship, seeing something like, all right, well, that is what it is. I see the truth of this now. So yeah, Capricorn, lots of layers in your reading this week. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. And remember, if that wasn't really hitting for you, cool. You could check your other alignments, right? You know how it all goes. But if you kindly look in the box here, position number 1, we have the 5 of Swords with the World in reverse. I did say watch out for things returning, problems, people, situations. I feel like it's something you could have dealt with before. There's a very much on guard type of energy, like, I got my eye out on that. I'm not going to repeat the same mistakes again. So I would say just watch out for things re-emerging in this time. Moving to the center, and we'll just leave it at that. There's this very aggressive energy that we're picking up. As we get there, we have the 9 of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands in reverse. You might be deciding to just stop giving energy to something, whether it is a person or a situation or all the stuff we were seeing here in the front end. It's like, oh, you know, I'm good. I'm going to keep my energy as is right now. But once again, there's like this little bit of tension, or like there's this little bit of bitterness or anger or someone being mad. Move into the back end, and we can't control people's feelings, right? If they're mad, they're mad, right? On the back end, the Ace of Swords with the Lovers in the upright. Somebody really wants to talk to you, and this feels like somebody that has a very strong bond with you. Now, if that's not the case, if it's not a Gemini and all the stuff we already mentioned before, this could just be a serious talk or conversation coming in for you as well. So these are like the main vibes I'm picking up. I'm also seeing you seeing something for what it is, seeing a situation, seeing a person or relationship, the truth of the matter, the fact of the matter. So do with that information what you will, Capricorn. Please take a screenshot. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. All right, shuffle it up one time here for you. I was not expecting that type of energy. So for some of you that, like I said, it could be someone different there or someone else aside from you, but let's go. And yeah, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a rough thing too. It could be a nice message depending. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. You guys do so much. So let's get it going here. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, 6 of Swords. And I do get this intuitive vibe that you are moving towards a better place in one way or another, regardless of what was showing up within the reading. The 6 of Swords could be a really positive energy of moving forward, coming out of these choppy waters into the cool, calm, collected type of energy, which can be really good. So this could be Spirit saying, hey, Capricorn, even if you don't really realize it, even if you don't see it, something is beginning to improve, at least on an energetic level. But what are some of the rough things about this 6 of Swords? This could be a person that you see or that you're connected to where you feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. This card can be very good for improvement, but at the same time, it could be someone that doesn't take care of certain responsibilities, or someone that could be a little mindless or reckless. So I would watch out for any individuals like that in this time with the 6 of Swords. But I feel for a big portion of you, something, a situation could be improving, even if it doesn't feel like it right this second. Like this is good times coming. So I really do like this. Maybe this week's energy is just a little speed bump for you. But yeah, Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.